Welcome to the JFK Centurion Lounge. Hey guys, it's Sebastian from AskSebby, and today we are going to do a tour of the JFK Centurion Lounge. Big favor before we dive in is to give this a thumbs up, and if you like stuff like this, then consider subscribing. Let's actually answer some quick questions because I know that people are going to have questions. So in order to enter the lounge, you do need to have either a Platinum card or a Centurion card. If you have a Centurion card, then there's going to be separate areas for you to sit that are reserved for Centurion guests. The other versions of the Platinum card, such as the Morgan Stanley, Charles Schwab, or the Goldman Sachs, also get you in here as well. Same thing for international versions of the Platinum and the Centurion card. So if you have a Canadian or a Hong Kong version of the Platinum, then you're good to go. Be aware that the Delta Platinum, even though it has Platinum in the name, is technically not a Platinum card for this purpose. The Gold also does not count for lounge access. Let me know down below if I'm the only one that's seen people argue with the front desk people. American Express might be changing the rules for guests, so I'll leave a blog post down below with the current situation, just because that can change and I don't want to say something that's not true. Okay, so I totally thought it was where the wingtip lounge used to be, because it's supposed to be right past security. Yeah, I have no clue where this is. Centurion Lounge, level 4. Once you go through security, make a left. It's Centurion Lounge where the Etihad one is. If you're already downstairs, then you can find the Caviar House, and there's elevators or stairs right up here. Welcome in, you're all set. I'll give a more thorough tour in a minute, but if you only have 15 minutes, I'd recommend going downstairs and going to the Speakeasy. It's on the right hand side from the entrance perspective, and it's all the way down the hall past the food and the drinks. There's going to be a giant set of gold looking doors, and behind that is one of the coolest bars that I've seen in a while. Great ambiance and some of the best bartenders out there. Reminder that all the food and drink items, even the alcohol, are going to be free. If you're someone who drinks a lot, then you can get a lot of savings because most airport bars will probably charge you $12 to $15 per drink. I'd recommend trying the espresso martini because it's their signature drink and it's also pretty good. On a similar note, if you're someone who likes coffee or you need it to function, then lounges can easily save you probably $5 per visit. I'm someone who always has my laptop with me anyways, and I'm pretty much always working. Well, worth it to me, but obviously your mileage may vary. Quick side note, if you are someone that's interested in the Platinum card, we do have links on our website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. Using those links is probably one of the easiest ways to support the channel, so thank you guys in advance. If you're someone new to American Express, I'd recommend checking Card Match because they tend to have higher offers. If you're someone who's not sure whether the Platinum card even makes sense for them given their spending and given how they value different credits, we also have a calculator on our site that helps you look into this. So for example, if you do 4 visits a year and each one is worth $20 to you, then this calculator will add this in. Again, that's going to be on our site, or you should be able to Google AskSebby Platinum Calculator and it should pop up. For people who have more than 15 minutes, let's say you have 30 minutes or up to 3 hours, let's do the full tour. I'll put timestamps down below because you might not be interested in certain areas, so go check out the ones that you are. The first thing you're going to notice is that it's huge. Yeah, this feels like 15,000 square feet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So AskSebby is right here in that it's over 15,000 square feet and it's also 2 floors. Hopefully you like these childlike pictures because this is art by AskSebby, but immediately once you enter the lounge, on your right is going to be a children's area. Or technically it's a family area, so it's meant for people who have kids, and it's kind of a dual thing in that it gives them a place to run around without disturbing other people, but it also makes it just easier to manage them. There's a TV running some shows, and I think there are some toys available, but yeah, pretty cool space. Reminder that you are not supposed to have food here, so I'd recommend eating first and having them eat first before you go to the play area. On the left of the check-in area before crossing the bridge is going to be a Centurion area. I think they're probably going to add a little bit more, but it's technically reserved. And then there is an Equinox area that I think is worth checking out. So if you are someone who's interested in this, put your name down here first. The rationale is that it's pretty small and there might be a line depending on how busy the airport is.
Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
3 ways to do it. Door number 1 is occupied. It's a yoga and meditation room. 5 to 15 minutes for that. Door number 2, you can step over here.
Oh.
See, it's a vibroacoustic chair. The chair vibrates. Put on the headphones, the sound that meditates. Put your body in a meditative state, and it reboots your brain waves. Good. 25 minutes for this service. Question, boots?
they were awesome.
Yeah, you have air fills from the feet to the knee.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good for your blood circulation. So you can take pictures of her in the booth.
Okay.
That's my job, but you know what? I'll let you do it.
Are you guys with travel company or something, or are you just doing it for
No,
your
just
own
Instagram.
I can always put you in the boots in the chair and I take the picture.
Yeah, this is such a cool space.
Just pull it up like snow. Yeah, there you go. Now we have 10 levels on this, right?
Okay. Let's do 10.
10. You try those. A foam roller, trigger point, or the hyperbole.
I've tried one of these, but not like the circular one. I've tried the flat one.
Yeah, because they have different attachments.
Yeah, just the default flat one, I think.
Okay. How was it? Good?
Good, yeah, it was nice.
Do you want to play with the hypervolt while you're there?
Yeah, sure.
Since it was pretty empty, I ended up doing 10 minutes at the compression boots at level 10, and then also did a yoga exercise for about 10 minutes as well. The yoga room does fit 2 people, but I think they're intending it for people who know each other, and the meditation room is only 1 person for the chair. Mandy ended up doing that by herself, and she was a pretty big fan. In case you're someone new to stretching or yoga, there are a lot of different levels, so don't feel too pressured there. Whether you're a beginner, you have some experience, or you're an expert, I think this is an awesome addition to that lounge experience. The intent is not to work up a sweat, it's mostly to recover, and there's also a bunch of other recovery equipment. Let's do 10 minutes at 10.
I usually start people a little bit lower just in case. I'll trust you on this one. So it's going to inflate all the way full, and then it'll get a little bit tighter as it goes through the cycle.
This is so cool.
What is this?
Trigger point ball.
How do you use it?
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, guys. Have a great day. Okay?
Have a good night. In the middle, there's a bunch of little booths and also a phone room that was locked on the right hand side. If you turn left here though, there is going to be a pretty cool looking meeting area if you want some pictures, and also a phone room towards the end. Probably the best phone room over here in terms of the view and also just the design of it. I could definitely see myself hanging out in there for quite a bit. If you turn right from the main area, then you're going to see a bunch of seats, and then you're going to get to the main dining area. So tons of seats here as well, and a bar towards the back. It is buffet style, so some people don't like that, but I think it's fine and it makes sense to me. There are some first class lounges where they serve you, but that's going to cost you a lot more money. Lots of different options, whether you're looking for a full-on meal with a salad as well and some desserts, or whether you want a snack or two. One of the really big focuses for the lounge is art, and you'll notice this with the little dots when you walk down the stairs, but also throughout a lot of the spaces. We'll touch more on this in a second because there is a pretty cool thing with dates. Exiting the stairs and turning left, you have a pretty cool area with these pretty much giant seats, and Jay-Z's also here. A lot of cool pictures with New York icons. If you're looking to relax, I think this is probably one of the go-to places because you have a lot of privacy. If you walk around this back area, one thing you'll notice is a lot of different seats with different dates on the floor. So these are supposed to represent different periods of design from New York City, and I think it's a pretty nice touch. Kinda trippy.
They're like the different chairs they used to have, or what is this?
I don't know. To be honest though, I didn't know about this until I googled after the fact while I was editing the video. It's actually surprisingly comfy of a chair. Now that you know, feel free to appreciate the aesthetic. So this is kind of a spooky corner because it's dark, and I'm not sure if it's a lot brighter during the daytime because we did come at night. Referring back to my childlike drawing, if you go to the other side or start moving towards that side, there is a pretty nice seating area that looks very quintessential Centurion, so I feel like you've seen this in a lot of other lounges. The seats by the wall tend to be pretty comfortable, and I like that they have some sound foam, I think, to help minimize the noise bouncing around. If you continue walking, you're going to see a lot more seats, and on the right hand side, you have the buffet. It does feel like a smaller spread than upstairs, but still the same items. Same coffee maker, snacks, and other things as well, and towards the end, you have the second main bar. I already talked about the Speakeasy, but now that I know that there's a lot of intention around the art and the design of the lounge and how it's supposed to represent different periods of time for New York City, I appreciate this a lot more. By far, I think this is my favorite Centurion Lounge. It also helps that everyone here seems pretty nice and pretty chill. Again, if you want to learn about any cards, whether it's American Express or some other issuers, we have links on our website, AskSebby.com, and also down below in the description box. Thank you guys so much for the support, and it means a ton. So how you guarantee an upgrade is travel on Saturday. All you needed was silver status and you would have been upgraded to business class. Your mileage may vary, but for me, that's pretty amazing. One of the reasons I like Delta is because they actually upgrade people from coast to coast flights, even if you don't use a certificate. So if they have space, they'll upgrade you. With American Airlines and United, you have to use instruments. With Delta, you can use an upgrade certificate, an RUC, a regional upgrade certificate, but you don't need to use one. It only puts you up higher on the list.